Hey guys, um, 1 second. Sorry, I'm just recovering from a cold. And you know, with the weather being the way it is, one day it's hot, one day it's cold, one day it's raining cats and dogs, the next day it's just super hot and steamy. That's how people get sick. Well, anyways, well, in this blog post, I want to talk about a few things. I want to talk about the last book that I recently published. I want to talk about the upcoming projects that I have, the reason why I do these projects, and, you know, my website, my blog posts. My last book that I recently did was Seasons May Change, but in the spring we grow, and I love the way this book cover came out. I mean, if you look at it, very elaborate, very nice and colorful and shiny. If you are interested in the book, real quickly, www.richard-ramirez.com. that is my logo back in there. So when I designed this book, when I started this book, the project for this book, putting it all together, my mother had bought me a brand new camera, a Canon PowerShot. Not the best camera, but it's good enough for me to go ahead and be able to do my graphic design and take some photos and keep me busy and preoccupied. So when I did this book, I went out in my neighborhood and I took a whole bunch of pictures of flowers, you know, and I did a lot of walking. You know, when I did this project, it was beneficial in so many ways. I explored different parts of my neighborhood, you know, that you don't get to see on a day-to-day basis. I got a lot of exercise because I did walk around a lot. And, you know, the other benefit that I got from this was being submerged in the Bible and gathering my Bible verses. But we'll talk about that in a minute. The other thing that helped me out with this book, and I wanted to make sure that I put together, is, you know, flowers that symbolize growth. So flowers that, you know, exemplify what growth is. And I'm talking about spiritual growth, internal growth. That's what I'm talking about. The springtime has always been associated with new, you know, growth, you know, in with the new, out with the old, as the saying goes. That's how I've always associated the springtime. And I also wanted to display the different colors that come in the springtime: the light pinks, the dark pinks, the purples, the whites, the reds, the yellows, you know. And those are colors that I wanted to display in this book, and I'm thankful for it. And I was able to show, you know, in some of the pages, the transitions of those colors. Also, I didn't want to just take Bible verses and put them together, slap them together with a picture that has nothing to do with the Bible verses. I wanted to go ahead and match the Bible verses as best as I can with the picture. I wanted to convey a message, you know, so to speak, with both in tied. And I also wanted to put my design element. I didn't want to just put, you know, picture and Bible verses. I did that in, you know, my other book, my journal book. That's what I did in this book. You can see Bible verse, and then, you know, even though it has a little bit of a design element, but, you know, this is, so it's kind of plain. This is more of a journal. This is 30 Scriptures of Growth, and that's a book that I did from last year. But this year I wanted to, you know, show more of a design skill set. So what I did is I put together pictures and played around with shapes, a lot of shapes. You know, for example, look at this shape right here, a heart shape here. And if you look very closely, you know, let me bring it down a little bit. You see how close I got up with the flowers? As you can see, you know, transitions there from light pink to dark pink, you know. And there's a couple of other pictures that I definitely want to show. I mean, look how close I got in this picture. And the print quality for this book came out really good, and I'm very satisfied with the print quality of this book. I got purples and whites, close it got, you know. And like I said, you know, like I said, these books, this picture came out really good. I love this picture. Look, You know, I got really up close on a little walk and happened to come across a little bug there, and I got really close, and just, you know, great timing. All these photos, all these pictures were taken by me, obviously, and you know, I own the rights to those photos, and I also shot them on macro mode, you know, and I'm saying that for the photographers that are out there, you know, that allows me to get up close and personal with the bugs and the plant life, you know, and the flowers. Anyway, so if you guys are interested in that book, you can always purchase it at Amazon.com. Just search the book. Search the book. Seasons may grow, but in the spring seasons may change, but in the spring we grow. Again, seasons may change, but in the spring we grow. You know. And if you want to learn more about it and learn more about other projects that I have coming up, which I will announce in a minute, you can go to my website, www.richard-ramirez.com. All right. One of the projects that I do have coming up, which should be within the next couple of days, is the translation of this book from English to Spanish. I have a huge Spanish audience, and I do know a lot of Spanish speaking people, and you know, they read Spanish and they better associate with Spanish. So I will be translating that book for you guys. You know, another project that I actually am working on, I have a couple of pages already taken care of, is a coloring book or an activity book for both adults and kids, you know, which is going to be interesting and a little bit of a challenge because I have to entertain both within a book. And you know, let's see how that works out. I already have a couple of pages done, and I'm praying to God that, you know, it comes out good. And you know, I give God the glory for, you know, allowing me to work on these projects like that. Another book that I have 2 chapters ready for this book, and it's a book about giving my best to God, you know, and that entitles whether it's giving him my best design, giving him my best praise, giving him my best worship, giving him my best in offering, you know, everything that I want to do, give him my best, my utmost best. You know, that's what I want to do. I mean, God has done so much in my life, and I want to give back to him, you know. So when I'm designing a flyer or designing a postcard or business card or whatever the case is, I try to put my very best in it. Not the best, my very best. In other words, I hold myself at a high standard and figure out if it meets standards. The reason why I do these projects is because at the moment right now, I am currently unemployed. I'm not working, and you know, a brother's got to eat, so I don't like to go ahead and sit around and just, you know, do nothing at home. I like to keep myself entertained. I like to keep myself learning. I like to keep myself being creative. So one of the things that these books provide is an opportunity for me to learn more about, you know, our God, and learn more about the Lord. You know, and that entitles me to do my research in the Bible, read the Bible, learn, you know, the many gracious things that the Lord has done. And, you know, not just the Bible, I do read other books and stuff like that that do shed light on different things that, you know, I was not capable of seeing, but now I'm capable of understanding, you know. But the number one source that it drives me to go back to is the Bible. You know, we as Christians should be relying on the Bible when it comes to reading, you know, materials and drawing inspiration from, you know, whether it's teaching, preaching, and even being an artist or being a blogger, a Christian blogger, you know, their number one source of light, source of information should be the Bible. And I rely on my Bible, and I thank God for, you know, my friend, you know, from Texas, Brissy, who bought me a Bible, and they had it personalized, and I'm very, very grateful with that, you know. So, and I gotta show it, you know, as you can see, she bought me a Bible and had it engraved with my full name. Thank you, Brissy. But you know, like I said, it helps. It keeps me focused on that. You know, and that's whether or not you guys purchase it or not, purchase a book or not. It actually does keep me focused on that. The other reason that I do it is because, again, like I said, a brother's got to eat. So each time you guys purchase a book, each time that you guys purchase a t-shirt that I've designed, or any of my artwork, you know, that I have on Zazzle, it helps me out. You know, it helps me out a great multitude. It helps me out in providing for me and providing for my family. So it's a source of income, you know, and like I said, the brothers got to eat, you know. If I got to eat, you know. My daughter's got to eat, you know. My family's got to eat, so, you know, daddy can't just sit around. Daddy has to work. And I'm not a person that likes to just be lazy, so it keeps me occupied. That's the reason why I do it. And like I said, it's a good way for me to go ahead and, you know, learn more about the wondrous and glorious ways of how God works. If you guys have a book, a manuscript ready, and you want to get into the self-publishing business and need a book cover designed, I do design book covers. My price is at generally around $200 is where I start, and that's for print and paperback. And you know, if you're interested, you guys can always reach out to me, and I definitely have no problem offering my services to you guys. The only thing I asked is that you respect the fact that the work that I do is for Christ, is for Christian living, you know, and it's all Christ-centered. So, as we would call faith-based books, that's what I'm focused on. Please respect that. I don't do book covers or other design, any other artwork for, you know, anything else but just for the Lord. So, if you have a book that speaks about your testimony, how you came closer to God, or how God has helped you out, or, you know, teaching, anything like that, I have no problem in helping you guys out, you know, and designing the book cover for you guys. You know, send me a message. You know, you can contact me through my website, or you can, you know, leave a little comment on this video. You can go to my website, www.richard-ramirez.com. You can also contact my mom. My mom's website is www.bilingual-ministry.com. You know, my mom has tons of books there. As a matter of fact, if you notice behind me, that's in the beginning, when God created the heavens and the earth. That was a book that my mom wrote years ago. And of course, it has to do with the book of Genesis, when God created the heavens and the earth. And she gave me the opportunity, it was a great opportunity and a privilege to be able to illustrate the pages for that book. And man, was that a long task and tough, but that was the opening point where how I got into self-publishing. And this bag also is another book that she did. I mean, she used her, I'm surprised the way she did it. It came out really good. She used her book covers, you know, as, you know, pieces of art, ways to display, you know, her books, and an opportunity for her to go ahead and engage and talk with people anytime that they comment on her bag. And that is The Life of a Christian. That's her very first book. But if you're interested, like I said, in getting your book cover design or anything like that, head over to, you know, either my website or head over to her website. You can contact her through Facebook. Her name is Caridad Rivera. You know, you can contact me through Facebook, Richard Ramirez, or Instagram. You know, you can contact us through Instagram, you know, and we're both on Pinterest. I actually have a huge audience on Pinterest. So, you know, like I said, if you guys are interested, don't be afraid to go ahead and drop me a message, and, you know, I'll definitely get in touch with you right away. About my blog, I want to talk about a couple of blog posts that I've put up recently. One of them, the most recent one, is I did a study on the word light, and I gave a brief introduction or brief study on light. The word light is mentioned in the Bible from the book of Genesis all the way to the book of Revelations, And you know, I learned a lot in doing my research and doing my study, you know, on the word light, and the Lord ministered to me in a tremendous way. So I'm very grateful about that. I asked you guys to head over to the head over to my website, www.richard-ramirez.com. Click on the blog section, and you know, you'll see it right then and there. You'll see all my blogs there. But I also have another one titled God Listens to You, and that's another one that I had a wonderful opportunity of just, you know, it started off with just one thought, and you know, it just unraveled itself. And I thank God for that, because God's the one that goes ahead and guides me when it comes to these little studies and these little, you know, blog posts, you know. So I thank God for that. You know, I give him the glory for all that. Another blog post that I do have, which most people might be interested in, is I do have a blog post on how I self-published my books 100% free. I am gifted and talented in the graphic design section. I actually did go to school for graphic design, and I did I always been fascinated with art since I was a little kid. In school, I was always drawing. Whether it was one of my favorite things that I would draw when I was a little kid was waterfalls. Don't know why. I've always been, waterfalls is what I've always, you know, loved to draw. But since like a kid, I've always been creative, and you know, I learned about the publishing process. I learned about the self-publishing process, you know, watching videos and gathering a lot of information and doing a whole bunch of studies. So what I did is I gathered as much as I could and put it in a blog post and try and put it as simple as I can for you guys. Like I said, I benefit from it because 100% free, because like I know I'm an artist. I know how to go ahead and work, you know, digitally with, you know, formats and size and stuff like that, you know. So I did that, and you know, I'm gifted with, you know, a mother that actually reads a lot of the stuff that I do, so I thank my mom for that. And I also have a blog post on how to design a book cover, in case you guys, you know, want to give it a shot by yourself. I do have a video on how to design a book cover on your own using Photoshop. You know, if you guys don't want to do that, or don't have the time to do that, and want to hire me, by all means contact me. I have no problem doing it. All right, again, the reason why I do these projects is because, you know, I'm not currently working, and you know what, it's a good opportunity for me to go ahead and, you know, reach out to you guys, you know, ask you guys to help me out. And I don't need you guys to, you know, give me money. Purchase a book, you know, show your support, you know, show your love. I thank, you know, all the fans and everyone that actually has downloaded a book, you know, or purchased a book, you know, through Amazon. You know, that is a wonderful opportunity for me. That actually has shown me your love and your support, and it encourages me to continue going forward, and I love that. You know, one of the things that I believe we should be doing is, you know, we have to share the gospel. We have to share the good works that the Lord has done in us. And writing the brief testimonies, whether it's something small, something big, you know, is a very good way of showing people how God is with us on a day-to-day basis. And God always has something to show us. But we have to be receptive, be able to go ahead and captivate those moments when God wants to teach us something. And those messages have to be conveyed, you know, they have to be shared. And one of the best ways that I like to share those messages is through books. I read a lot of books, and I don't write a lot, but I read a lot of books, and I take a lot of photographs and stuff like that, and do a lot of artwork that is inspired by the Bible. I have artwork on my website that is inspired by the Bible, you know, so you can head over there. I actually have t-shirts also that I've designed, partnered with Zazzle, and you know, they pretty much take care of the selling. I take care of the designing aspect of the shirt. So you can head over to my website, and it'll send you right over to that link. I'll make sure I put all the links at the bottom of the page, at this video, so that way you guys can go ahead and do your research, you know. But yeah, so there you go. I'll keep you guys updated with the upcoming projects, you know, the translation of the book. I'll let you guys know, you know, a couple of days from now. The coloring book, I'll make sure I'll keep you guys updated with that. The book about giving our very best to God, I'll make sure I keep you guys posted on that. The progress, I'll definitely keep you guys posted on the progress. I may do a video on how to publish, you know, these books. Once I get the manuscript done. Okay. One of the things I do ask for is prayer. You know, I ask you guys to pray for me. You know, I can never turn down prayer, and I'm always asking for prayer in you know, love and support. You know, support for me, support for my family, support, you know, in these projects. You know, I ask you guys to help me out and pray for that. You know, I mean, I ask you guys to help me out and supporting me for the projects also, but praying for me is a wonderful way of showing me some support. You know, thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for purchasing, you know, the books and purchasing any of the t-shirts and stuff like that. Thank you guys very much. I really greatly appreciate it. I hope you guys have a blessed day, and for all the fathers that are out there, today is Friday, Father's Day is on Sunday. I want to say happy Father's Day, and I want to leave you guys with this message. Cherish the moments that you have with your child. Cherish those moments that you have with your kids. Enjoy these moments of being a father, because not everyone gets these opportunities, and not everyone can enjoy these opportunities. You know, anytime that there's a teaching moment between me and my daughter, or a moment that I can share with my daughter, I try to stop everything and enjoy those moments, because when she gets older, you know, you don't get those moments back. So make sure you enjoy those moments with your kids. Make sure you teach your kids, you know, right from wrong, but make sure you enjoy your moments with your kids, okay? And I want to leave with my final words to my daughter. I love you very much, Adriana. Thank you. You have been a tremendous blessing. I don't get to see you all the time, but you are a tremendous blessing in my life. And to her mother, Shook, I love you very much, and I care about you very, very much. And to my family, thank you for always praying for me. Thank you for believing me. Believing in me. Thank you for, you know, all the love and the support you guys have shown me. Thank you very, very much. God bless everybody. Have a good day. And again, if you guys are interested in knowing anything more about me, head over to my website, www.richard-ramirez.com. God bless.